Looking for the amplitude here. If you're given the minimum and the maximum points, the amplitude is going to be that point right in between, right? So once again, here you're looking at the average of, or I'm sorry, the midline is going to be right in between those. Right? And so if you're being asked to find the amplitude, remember, is always a positive value. Right? And so it's basically going to be 1/2 the distance between the max and the min. So if you look at this, if you have a maximum here and a minimum here, the amplitude is that cut in half. Right? And so what we can do is we can simply take the distance between these 2 points and then divide it by 2. And that'll give us the amplitude. So when we are calculating this, the distance is going to be the absolute value of the difference of coordinates. So negative 3.1 minus a negative 6.1. Right? Again, in absolute values, this gives us our distance. And so that's going to be a minus minus becomes a plus. So we get absolute value of 3. We're going to cut that in half because, again, that's this distance here. The distance will be 3. So the amplitude is going to be 1/2 above, 1/2 below that midline. And so we get our answer of 1.5 or 3/2. Right? If you're given the midline and one of those extrema, the maximum or the minimum, then it's just the distance between those 2 points.
Why are you adding positive 6.1?
Because I'm finding the distance between the given coordinates, right? I'm finding the distance from the max to the min. So the distance is equal to the absolute value of the difference of coordinates. And so you plug in a negative 3.1 for one and a negative 6.1, so minus and minus becomes the plus. Right? If you're finding the amplitude from the midline to one of those extreme points, then it's just the straight distance. It's not half the distance. Okay? So here now you have this piece right here, and you have, in this case, the maximum. So the amplitude isn't half of that distance, now it's that total distance. So now you're going to find the absolute value of the difference of their coordinates. So here, a negative 4.7 minus a negative 7.4. Minus minus becomes a plus. And so when you calculate this, you get a positive 2.7. Absolute value of that is your solution, 2.7.